She's rather small in size, but she is the largest delta of the world. Bangladesh, a riverine country, sits by the Bay of Bengal. Because of its geographic location, she has been prone to natural disasters since time immemorial. Fierce onslaught of cyclones, tidal surges and floods have been a regular phenomenon here. People living in the coastal areas have lost lives and all hopes of living repeatedly. But they had to fight back. November 15, 2007. A devastating cyclone named SIDR ravaged the coast of Bangladesh, leaving a permanent scar. People there had everything a day before: a life, a family, and a dream to live for. But the dawn left them with nothing but uncertainty. It claimed more than 3,400 lives and washed away all they had of 1.2 million people. Towards the end of that year, a philanthropist anonymously wanted to stand by the suffering people of Bangladesh and donated a generous amount of $130 million. A program was drawn up and named Fael Khair, the Arabic synonym of an unknown philanthropist, and it is being implemented by Islamic Development Bank. The program has two distinct components. First is the construction of School-cum-Cyclone shelters with a core mandate to save people's lives during disasters, and the second is a rehabilitation program of the cyclone victims to restore their livelihood. A significant portion of the country is prone to disasters, particularly cyclone, and a huge population finds no shelter to save themselves, especially women and children. Moreover, their cattle die and farming equipments are ruined. The Fael Khair program identified about 200 such locations where a multi-purpose building can act as a shelter during the calamities and as a school in regular times. Through an international competition, a Killa type design and a shelter on stilt design were selected based on their aesthetics and functionality. These shelters can accommodate more than 2,000 people at a time, along with 500 cattle and a good number of farm equipments and vehicles. In the design, ultimate safety measures have been considered for these unique structures planned to last 100 years. These include deep piling works up to 30 meters and robust infrastructure to cope with the wind speed up to 260 kilometers per hour. Fair face concrete works have been adopted for durability and least maintenance. High-strength concrete has been used to ensure strong structures in the saline coastal belt. Potable water is being used to ensure the quality of concrete and durability of the shelters. These are intelligent buildings powered by renewable solar energy and have rainwater harvesting facility for drinking water. Some of the under-construction shelters have already proven their effectiveness during Cyclone Mahasen, which hit Bangladesh on 16 May 2013, where people along with their cattle and other properties, including vehicles, took shelter. Provision of accommodation of cattle, equipment, vehicles and other essential belongings have generated great interest for affected population to take refuge in these new shelters. During regular times, the buildings function perfectly as schools, accommodating more than 240 children. The Fael Khair program pays close attention to the quality of education as well and arranges training programs for the teachers. With a total fund of $110 million, 24 shelters are now ready for operation, and another 154 of them are in progress. IDB selected shelter sites where none ventured before, where people were left exposed to the fury of the nature. These shelters will ensure their safety when needed most. The Honorable President of IDB, Dr. Ahmed Muhammad Ali Al-Madani, has inaugurated 2 shelters at Koira and Sharonkhola. The event turned into local festivals.
Of the program of the government of Bangladesh would be very happy to cooperate with the government of Bangladesh.
Every cyclone claims its toll, sweeping away everything if not people's lives. The pace of life suddenly changes overnight, forcing people to live a life even devoid of basic needs. The Fael Khair program stood by these people and offered interest-free microloans as well as training in order to rehabilitate them. A good number of these cyclone victims have received around 20,000 taka each that changed their lives, and in course of time they have repaid the amount. Munira was poor. She could barely feed her children regularly. Yet she had a roof above her till SIDR.
I saw all my belongings being swept away by SIDR, along with my hope for a better life. We lived on relief we could get. Otherwise, we had to beg, but I didn't want to.
Munira received a cord from Fael Khair program. With that, she cultivated betel leaf in a small piece of land. In a very short period, she was able to repay it. Till date, she has availed 6 cycles of loan, which has changed her life significantly.
My children are going to school now. We do not have to worry about the next meal.
Parul Begum and her carpenter husband, Sekender Sheikh, were already struggling with their lives, and SIDR made it as worse as it could get.
We were left under the open sky. We did get some relief, but nothing that could change our situation. Then I heard about Fael Khair program and applied.
Parul Begum started to culture fish in her small pond with the 15,000 taka she received as quart. Her husband also helps her at his leisure.
We also received training on fish culture and the way we have progressed. We will not need loan in future.
Happy Akhtar had a cow, and with the milk sold, she could add something to her husband's meager income as a day laborer.
But we could not save the cow when SIDR was here. My husband's income was not enough, not even to barely survive.
Happy bought a cow and a calf with the interest-free loan she received from Fael Khair program. With the money she gets from selling the milk, Happy repaid all her loan and could think of a better future. Jhorna Haladar was a poor landless farmer, barely making a living along with her husband.
Sidr damaged all our tools of cultivation. There was nothing left for us to fight back. We were already poor, and after Sidr, we were all set to starve.
Jhorna once was listed for a quad by Fael Khair program. She bought a power tiller and her husband started to plow land commercially. With the power tiller, they now earn 8,000 taka per month and have paid back the loan they received from Fael Khair program. Asiya Begum has been living an uncertain life with her husband, who was mainly involved in fishing and part-time cultivation.
Sidr smashed my life in one night. We were left with nothing. No food, no home, no hope. It was a nightmare.
She bought a sewing machine with the interest-free loan she got from Fael Khair program. By repaying the quad successfully, she managed to get more interest-free loans and made a house and bought cattle. Now, she is contributing to her family and created an example of great fight back. Total number of beneficiaries of rehabilitation program has so far exceeded 200,000. The recovery rate of quads is almost 100%, enabling the recycling of the rehabilitation fund almost 6 times to $120 million since inception in 2008. The people of this land are very resilient. They only need a helping hand when they are thrown to the ground during natural disasters. And the Fael Khair program has done that. It has changed many lives, changed the socio-economic landscape of the coastal belt of Bangladesh. Their vision is aligned with Millennium Development Goals: eradication of poverty, quality of education, and women empowerment, empowerment of sisters in Islam. With their cyclone shelters and rehabilitation program, the philanthropist's dream has come true. No more loss of life, with families rehabilitated.